Joining us, let's get you caught up on tonight's biggest stories.
Yes, this is the evening news on ABC 13.
And we begin with the David Temple sentencing mistrial. It's a shocking outcome in an already convoluted case.
Yeah, now another jury will be brought in to determine David Temple's punishment, and it won't happen until next year. With more on how the jury got to this point and where the families go from here, we're going to head to ABC 13's Stephen Romo.
A mistrial in the sentencing after David Temple was convicted of killing his pregnant wife Belinda in 1999. The jury's final note to the court indicated they know the emotional toll this is going to put on the family as they go through this whole process again, but they just could not reach a decision. A new jury will now be selected. They will be presented with all of the evidence, and they will have to decide now only on a sentence, not guilt or innocence. That is expected to happen in March. Meanwhile, the defense attorney hopes David Temple can be released on bond, even though he's convicted of killing his wife. Both sides disappointed. This 20-year-long saga continues. Temple was already convicted and sentenced in 2007, but that was thrown out due to prosecutorial misconduct. And we hear it there. The defense team wants the case to stay in Harris County, but the state already seems to be thinking about the possibility of a change of venue. And we are also already hearing from the defense about possible appeals, meaning this case could continue for possibly several more years to come. Stephen Romo, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
Well, a Houston family is now in mourning after 3 of their children drowned at Sylvan Beach.
A stranger was able to save 1 child, but 3 of his siblings died. Their parents also survived. We first brought you this story on Eyewitness News last night as crews searched for those children's bodies.
ABC 13's Micah Hatfield has more on the investigation.
It was just right over here by these rocks. The eyewitnesses tell us that the children went underwater. They say the current was strong and the children's parents were even being pulled under trying to save them.
You're talking about sure that their life was just gone.
This heartbreak came without warning. Valerie Hines says she didn't even have that gut instinct she sometimes gets when something is about to go wrong.
If they didn't go to the beach, I wouldn't be doing this news interview. Or what happened? You know, my grandkids would be here. 3
of them spent their last moments alive at Sylvan Beach with their parents. 13-year-old Zania and 11-year-old Zakiah drowned. So did the baby of the family, 7-year-old Zion.
I used to just rub my face and say, Nana, I love you, or just lay on me.
A stranger was able to pull 10-year-old CJ out of the water to safety.
The current just kept pulling us both down, so I knew to just keep him up. I didn't care if I drowned or not, I just knew to keep him up.
Tasha Price and her husband saw the anguish these parents endured as crews searched for their children's bodies for hours Thursday night and tried to console them.
There's no way that you can calm a parent down knowing that, especially at the time that the length was, that knowing that that child wasn't going to come back alive. And that's the worst part about it.
She came back Friday to start a memorial for the 3 children and could not understand why lifeguards were here today, but they weren't when they were so desperately needed less than 24 hours ago. Harris County Commissioner Adrian Garcia said lifeguards are only on duty at Sylvan Beach from 8 a.m. until 8:30 p.m. Friday through Sunday.
We are currently reviewing that program to determine how we can enhance it. We need to hire open water certified lifeguards.
He's hoping to have that in place as soon as possible, but doesn't have a timeline right now. The children's family hopes that their heartbreak serves as a reminder to families everywhere that they need to watch their children when they're near water, no matter how good of a swimmer that you think they might be. In Sylvan Beach, Micah Hatfield, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
Our hearts go out to the families of all those kids right there. Okay, we're also monitoring the weekend heat as well and the threat of rip currents.
Yes, definitely something to keep an eye on over the weekend. We want to go to ABC 13's Chief Meteorologist Travis Herzog for a look at what we can expect. Travis?
Yeah, the heat danger is there for the weekend, so a lot of folks are going to try to go to the pool or go down to the beach, and we do have some high rip current risks possibly going through the weekend. It all depends on how strong those winds come in off the Gulf of Mexico. We know for sure there's a heat advisory in effect again tomorrow from 1 to 7 p.m. p.m. The heat index between 105, 115, and that 102, if we hit it, will be our hottest temperature so far this summer and the hottest we have in this string of 100-degree days. A few extra clouds on Sunday will drop the temperature down maybe a degree and maybe a degree more by Monday. And then notice how we drop below 100 starting Wednesday. That's because the weather pattern will be changing, allowing some rain to return as a front blows into Texas. We don't think the front's going to make it through here like it did back in July, but it will bring a chance of showers and thunderstorms. 94 now in Houston, 89 in Galveston. The heat index still well above 100 degrees. This is the upper air pattern. The heat ridge is right over us, but off to the east, the shade of green indicates some deeper moisture that can support daytime thunderstorms. And it looks like that heat ridge will stay over us through the weekend, but watch what happens Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. The heat ridge slides west of Texas, and then that deeper moisture gets squeezed in here by that front that makes its way into North Texas. And as our confidence grows in this scenario, and let's hope it does, we'll be able to bring those highs, I think, down a little more and increase the rain chances as well. As we look out into the tropics, there's a whole lot of nothing going on in the Atlantic Basin, which is a good thing, although it wouldn't be a hurt to have a tropical wave come in and bring us a better chance of some needed showers and thunderstorms. No development expected the next 5 days. Keep in mind, 90% of hurricane activity occurs after August 15th, so the meat of the hurricane season is still ahead of us. So we've got triple digits in the forecast for Saturday all the way through Tuesday. A close call on Wednesday as the clouds and rain chances begin to increase as that front blows into North Texas. The front never makes it through here is what it looks like right now, but we do have the chance of some scattered downpours for Thursday and for Friday. And I'll go ahead and throw you a bone. We'll put the temperatures in Celsius so it just looks cooler. We're going for highs in the upper 30s all the way through Tuesday, and then after that, it should be below that magic number of 38 degrees Celsius.
Oh, those 30s look great, Travis. Thanks a lot. A lawn care worker says he feared for his life after a man ran up to him with a gun and stole his leaf blower. The whole crime caught on camera. This happened on Dewberry Lane near TC Jester Boulevard. Here it is right here. Oh, man. In the middle of the afternoon as well. And you can see the robber run up to Calvin Bradley with a gun pointed at him. He grabs that leaf blower. They take off on the car right there. Now, we caught up with Bradley, who says he knew the homeowner's doorbell camera likely captured the whole thing.
I went back to their house because I left my phone at home. I went back to their house to tell them, can y'all roll the cameras back? They said, sure. And then she come back to the door and said, oh my God, and let me see.
Well, he says that leaf blower costs about $400, so he's borrowing one in the meantime, and he hopes someone will recognize the person who did this right here so police can find them before anyone else gets hurt. You can take a closer look at the video on our news app, and if you recognize a suspect, Houston police or Crime Stoppers want to hear from you. And as the 2020 presidential campaign continues, this week will be likely the last time all the Democratic candidates are in the same place before next month's third debate.
Yeah, so that means it's also the last big chance for candidates who are on the cusp of qualifying for that debate to make their final push to voters. ABC 13's Tom Abrams spoke to presidential candidate Julian Castro. He was on the so-called soapbox this morning and is one of the candidates working to qualify for that debate.
Julian Castro is the former mayor of San Antonio and the former HUD secretary in the Obama administration. Now he wants to be president, and he's hoping what happens here in Iowa gives a boost to a campaign that to this point has not put him among the frontrunners. With his wife and 2 children at his side, Julian Castro strode into the Iowa State Fair, hoping to strengthen his support and make a case for making him the Democrats' nominee for president.
I look forward to the conversation and the action that I hope is going to happen in the months to come.
Castro was the first to step onto the soapbox on day 2 of the famed political stage at the center of the Iowa State Fair. 6 months from caucus day, he needs a boost on this, his 10th trip to Iowa.
And I'm convinced that our destiny in the years to come is to be the smartest, the healthiest, the fairest, and the most prosperous nation on earth.
Before he took to the stage, he sat down with us to talk about where his campaign stands.
This is just like the ultimate political battleground, you know, and to the credit of Iowans, I can tell that they take their role very seriously.
Castro, despite being among the early entrants into the race, has yet to qualify for the presidential debate in Houston next month.
It's critical for me to be on that stage in September. We need 4 polls. I have 3 qualifying polls right now and about 3 weeks to get the last one, so I think I'll do that.
This week is a big one for Castro. Not only is he here in Iowa, he also released today his People First gun violence plan to disarm hate. And he's defending his twin brother's choice to release on social media the names of donors to President Donald Trump. The president responded on Twitter, and Castro shot back again.
This is nothing new, and yet the president feels threatened by that, I suppose because he wants the financing of campaigns to happen in the dark with no accountability, and that's not how this works.
As for the debate in Houston, Castro is running out of time. If he were to qualify, he would be the 10th to do so and likely the last. Reporting from Des Moines, Iowa tonight, Tom Abrams, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
There are closures across the Houston area, but our weekend steer clear takes us to one very important closure, the Southwest Freeway southbound right at the West Loop. A total closure of the southbound main lanes through Monday morning. Starts tonight at 9 o'clock. So be aware if you don't live or work in the area, you might try to avoid that interchange this weekend. Also, lane closures you should be aware of over on the belt. Westbound from Gessner to Gulf Bank, 3 left lanes closed, so not a total closure, but you should expect delays. Reopening at Monday morning at 5 a.m. For more information on closures across the area, check out abc13.com/traffic.
And thanks for getting caught up with us on the evening news.
Yeah, be sure to join us as well tonight at 10 on ABC 13. Good night.